patience comes from mitochondria, because mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And when we don't have the powerhouse of the cell, we feel irritable, cranky, hungry, sluggish, tired. So I was in the shower and I was like, in my head, this sentence: patience looks good on you. Patience looks so good on you when you appear calm and at rest. A lot of people are in chaos mode, speed racer mode. There's a shakiness to the rhythm that surrounds them. And you can feel this by the way that people speak to you, by the way that they walk, and patience comes from the mitochondria, just a hunch. And we have all these chronic diseases that are metabolic diseases involving the mitochondria. And like the brain, for instance, has more mitochondria than anything else. 20 to 30% of the energy of the body will be taken to use for the brain. The brain is a supercomputer. We call it the central nervous system. It's the central intelligence agency of the body. So that's why a lot of people, we have mental health issues. That's why diabetes type 3 is Alzheimer's dementia. And it's getting more and more of us because of these chronic diseases. 1 in 4 people are pre-diabetic. They said 1 in 3 teens, something like that, is pre-diabetic. The CDC said that. It's very sad, energetic diseases, but Alzheimer's dementia is insulin resistance of the brain. So that's what I was thinking about. Patience looks good on you, and then getting enough protein to be able to go into this deltoid sleep state at night, like being able to get enough tryptophan to break down into serotonin, to break down into melatonin. Where is all this serotonin and dopamine coming from? It's coming from the essential amino acids. Sorry about that. The essential amino acids, 911 nutrition. It's like your patience is not magic, You being calm, calm, still, calm, unbothered. People feel like they feel so safe in your presence because you are so calm. You are so filled with the light of the world, because mitochondria emit infrared light. The mitochondria produce most of our melatonin. They make sure the cell is safe. If somebody's struggling, if a certain, you see all these things happening. If a certain part of the cell is struggling, mitochondria is like, bro, I got you. I got you. All you have to do is ask for help. All you gotta do is go in the sunlight, ask for help, and I will be there for you. Infrared light. So that's what was going on earlier. I did write down, I was also thinking about in the shower. I was thinking about these quotes. Like I write down a lot of quotes for myself because like sometimes I hear something, I'm like, oh, that's so good. Like I don't want to forget it, so let me write it down. So I like to have it around me in case I find it in a time of need. And like this other one that I've been reading lately, I'll read it to you again. I just found it when I was cleaning my room. I lifted up this paper and I was like, whoa, no single group, this was the paper, no single group or system owns inner peace as it belongs to the human spirit by virtue of our origin. This is our origin. This is your origin story. Our origin story. Isn't that so beautiful? Like no matter how old you are, no matter the color of your skin, the language you speak, nothing matters. Like this is so beautiful because it's a part of all of us. The kingdom of heaven is within you. You're not breaking, you're awakening. And I added another little quote to this. My young friend texted me this the other day. I was like, that's pretty good. It's better to admit you walked through the wrong door than to stay in the wrong room. And then I'm going to read you all these other quotes because I was like, you might like them. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. Muscles may move the body, but the mind moves the soul. I loved that one. Muscle moves the body, may move the body, but the mind moves the soul. You made the right decision. Trust in what excites you. Trust in what you feel. Trust in what you know. I'll put a good word in for you. Still, calm, unbothered. If you're going to walk away, never look back. You're the best part. You don't have to pick sides. You can do better than that. It's who you are. Tend to your inner state. Let it work out for you. Let it work out for you. Just let it. Why you keep rooting against yourself? Just let it work out for you just this one time. Let it work out. How about you stay young forever? The enemy wants to control your mind. Prim and proper, showstopper. Return to the center. You are the path. And the last one is you can't transform what you won't acknowledge. You can't transform what you won't acknowledge. I've been thinking a lot in the last few years about shadows. They call it like shadows in our psyche. You know, the darkness that we don't want to face about ourselves and whatnot. And that's why I read A Course in Miracles a lot, because, this book is so good. I feel like, tend to your inner state. This book, it allows you to see where you're lying to yourself, and a lot of that is just light and darkness of the body. Our perception of ourselves is dependent on the energy in which our cells are operating, and a lot of us are malnourished. We don't have the proper nutrients. Our stress response is too high, so we're depleting these nutrients at a fast rate. And this is just evident through all the chronic disease that's happening to us, and all the stress that's in the environment, affecting the mitochondria, affecting the cell, affecting the vitality, our vitality, and our sense of clarity and peace. And it's like you're either choosing heaven or hell, like they say in the Course in Miracles. It could be that simple. Simply, how do you know you've chosen hell or heaven? Simply, how do you feel? That's what it said, quite simply. How do you feel? Do you feel like you're in heaven, or do you feel like you're in hell? Is everything working out for you, or is it just always against you all the time? Is life a blessing, or is it a burden? How do you feel? And just like the protein is where our light comes from too. Dr. Gabrielle Lyon is way more qualified to talk about the protein than I am. But the protein, tryptophan, creatine, zinc, taurine, carnitine, biotin, selenium, all these little bitty micronutrients that our cells need to go into a calm place. I'm biased. Dr. Mary Newport's work, the fatty acids, I'm biased to the animal-based proteins because it has all of these things that we need, and all the time, people believe that we're not meant to eat protein, and it's just confusing because it's the only reason we eat, it's not the protein. We're eating for these amino and fatty acids, that we're eating for these codes of light that our DNA needs. And when we're in a stress response, we're not able to digest food or anything in the same way. That's why sunlight is an absolute superpower, but also meditation, slowing down, meditating, so that we can repair our digestion. Digestion is first linked to a respiratory rate. When we're in fight or flight, like Robert Sapolsky talks about in his book Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers, we shut down digestion. We're in this speed racer frequency, the high beta wave frequency, all the time. We deplete stomach acid. We're not producing enough to digest things, and we're trying to fight or flight. It's not our job to be doing digestion right now. If a tiger walks in, now is not the time to eat. Now is not the time to procreate. We've got to run. We've got to fight. What's your move? And so it's not, meditation is like primary, it's your first defense with nutrition. How does my body interact with the fuel? How does a car interact with the fuel? Like, I think someone was saying, I mean, imagine if you tried to fill your car with water instead of gasoline. Like, where would you go? You know, it's like the fuel, it doesn't matter what kind of fuel you're in. If your car is, you know, not in good shape, no diet, like, you're not going to be getting these nutrients in the cells in chaos. Invest in that delta wave state. Invest in the protein, the tryptophan, the serotonin, the melatonin breakdown. Just this daily cycle. It's so beautiful and simple. Light and darkness. Like in the Eastern approach, they talk about yin and yang. Like testosterone and cortisol are on this yin and yang balance. So when we have higher cortisol, when we're hunched over like this in fear state, we have lower testosterone. We have low steroid hormones. Back like this, we got more testosterone, less cortisol. Of course, this is so good, right? Just through posture, just through breathing rate, less cortisol, less insulin resistance, less inflammation, less stress in the body, and more peace and calm and confidence. It's beautiful. Gorgeous. You are so beautiful. Oh, something else I was thinking about too. I hope that you write down your dreams, because like, oh, the question in my mind while I was in the shower, who profits off of your dreams? Who can profit off of your dreams? No one. No one can profit off of your dreams. They are your dreams. You wake up out of, you know, and the thing is if you don't dream, you know, that's the important part of investing into the circadian rhythm. Again, investing into the nutrition, because our nervous system's ability to heal at night, to go through the healing state, to slow down, to consolidate all of our memories, to go through REM sleep, to remember those dreams, is like, people say that they tend to dream less when they're like in a stressed out state, or sometimes we have nightmares. And I don't know, just going back to the simplicity of nobody can profit off of your dreams, and they are always like a subconscious messenger to you. And, you know, it's just only useful to you if you use it. So I hope you write down your dreams and think about them. Like, what could this be telling me if my teeth are falling out, or I'm stuck in a house, or, you know, or maybe I feel like things are expanding, you know? It's like, what are you seeing? What are you feeling? Yeah, I don't know. I like Carl Jung's work. That Carl Jung, psychologist, psychiatrist, he's good. He was really deep up in there. He wrote Memories, Dreams, and Reflections, an autobiography. I really liked that book. It's kind of like an biography, of his life. So he talks a lot about the dream state and the subconscious and the conscious mind, and just beautiful. The parts of our personalities that sometimes like we don't engage with. I think of it like everybody has like a tiny mansion inside of their mind, and you know, some doors are wide open, and then some doors are halfway open, but you still walk through them sometimes. Like versions of you come out sometimes. And then there are some doors that are locked. Some doors maybe just close, and some doors are locked. But those doors, maybe you know where the keys are. It's just you just don't feel like opening them when you can. And then there are some doors that are locked. You have no idea where the keys are. You don't even maybe know that the doors exist. Like, I feel like that's like who we are. And like they say, we just come into this place of like remembering who we are. And you know, my neighbor says to me one time, I walked away from this situation that was really tough for me, and I was really upset about it. And she just told me, Rachel, like, remember who you work for. Remember who you work for. And like, you know, likely if you have come across my videos, you feel some inclination towards the light. Like, I love light. Talking about the mitochondria is the light in the kingdom within. And like, I work for the light. That's, that's how I think about it. I work for this inner state of peace and harmony, and just sharing my passion about mitochondria function. Because, like, the better you feel, the better and more calm you go out into the world and you make others feel. And it's just like the world just becomes a brighter and lighter place. And it doesn't, like, there's enough light to go around. There just is so much light. There's enough light to go around, for sure. So I'm gonna go. I really enjoyed this. I really did. We could read a random page from this book, The Pathway of Surrender, Letting Go, The Pathway of Surrender by David Hawkins. This is one of my favorite authors. This was a second book of his that I read. This one is Personal Responsibility, page 169. The hallmark of this state is the taking of responsibility for our own consciousness. Interest in meditation and the various methods of inner contemplation is common. Spiritual and ethical matters become important. We may, for instance, attend religious retreats if we are religious, or we may engage in spiritual or humanitarian endeavors if we are oriented toward those spheres. The world is seen to be harmonious, and any alteration of that appearance is realized to be a projection onto it of our own inner conflicts. On this level, there is the awareness that all negative feelings are our own problem, and there is no longer looking outside of ourselves for their resolution. There is a seriousness regarding the growth of our own consciousness and self-awareness, and a focus on honing the quality of the consciousness itself. On this level, we may begin to develop an interest in the philosophy, scientific research, and spiritual classics that explore the highest potential of human mind and spirit. What becomes increasingly important is what we are becoming, not what we have to do on this. On this level, we take on the challenge of fulfilling our greatest inner potential and nurturing the potential and dreams of others. Just so beautiful. Our letting go of the lower energies of guilt, fear, anger, and pride has alleviated the weight of the past and cleared the clouds of the future. We face today with optimism and are grateful to be alive. We see that yesterday is gone, tomorrow has not yet come, and we have only today. Loved this book. Loved it. Recommend it. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I also love you so much. I love you so much. You can like, share, and subscribe, but I will catch you next time. Good luck.